If college coaches are not calling your son or daughter right now, waiting longer is usually the worst move you can make. Most families believe waiting is harmless. They think it keeps options open. They think it avoids mistakes. But in recruiting, waiting often closes doors quietly and without anyone ever telling you the door's closing. Recruiting does not pause. Rosters continue to change, and coaches make decisions every week. When families wait, the process keeps moving without them. Now, if we haven't met, I'm Keith Mondillo, and I'm in my 31st year as a college basketball coach and director of athletics. And I've recruited athletes, evaluated film, I've built recruiting boards year after year, and I've made roster decisions at the college level for the last 31 years. And I've also worked with hundreds of families trying to navigate recruiting while juggling school, sports, finances, and emotions. And not hearing from college coaches is one of the most confusing and stressful parts of the entire process. Now, in this video, I want to explain why coaches go quiet, what silence actually means from the coaching side, and what families should be doing instead of waiting and hoping something changes. And this is not about pressuring you or forcing you into some form of panic mode. It's about you understanding how recruiting actually works so you can make informed decisions and protect your child's opportunities. But before we go any further, if those same college coaches are not calling you right now and you're not sure what to do next, I want to give you something that will help you immediately. Download the College Recruiting Jumpstart Pack. Guys, it's free. It's designed specifically for families who feel stuck at this point in this process. It walks you through clear next steps to take when college coaches are not calling you, so you stop guessing and you just start moving forward. You'll find it in my bio or in the link below. I recommend grabbing it now and then come back to finish this video. This is usually the point where frustration starts to build. The season ends, the events are over, the athlete feels like they played well, and then nothing happens. Families wait because they believe they're doing the right thing. They don't want to bother college coaches. They assume interest will just show up at the right time. And they believe that if a coach is interested, the coach will reach out. And that thinking, that makes sense in most areas. Patience is usually a good thing, but recruiting is totally different. From the coaching side, waiting often creates uncertainty. Coaches are managing recruiting boards with dozens of names, and they're balancing current rosters, transfers, injuries, eligibility, and future needs. When a family waits, it doesn't look like patience. It often looks like a lack of clarity or interest, even when that's not what the family intends. And that's where families get hurt. When families don't hear from college coaches, that silence becomes the loudest part of the process. Parents start asking questions internally. Is my child good enough? Did we do something wrong? Are we too early or are we too late in this process? Most families treat that silence like it's random. From the coaching side, it almost never is. Silence usually means one of three things. First, the coach doesn't know enough yet. The coach may have seen your athlete play once. They may have received your film, but haven't really gone over it closely. And coaches don't recruit based on moments. They recruit based on patterns. And when families send one email and wait, well, that coach isn't ignoring them. The athlete is simply incomplete on their recruiting board. Second, the coach doesn't see a clear fit yet. And this isn't about talent. It's about the role, the position, the roster balance, and the system. A coach may like an athlete, but not see where they can fit at that moment. When a coach cannot visualize fit, they hesitate. The hesitation often shows up, guess what? With silence. And then third, the coaches move forward with athletes who are more proactive. And these athletes follow up. They ask the right questions, and they make their interests clear. And coaches don't chase uncertainty. They respond to clarity. Silence doesn't automatically mean no, but it almost never means wait. Now, waiting feels safe because it avoids those uncomfortable conversations. If you don't reach out, you don't risk hearing where you stand. And if you don't ask questions, you don't risk answers you might not like. Recruiting decisions will still get made. That recruiting board will shrink and roster roles will get defined. Offers get extended and coaches move on. By the time many families decide to act, opportunities are already gone. And it's not loud, it's very quiet. And waiting does not keep options open, it often narrows them. And remember this, college coaches recruit in this order. First, they spend the whole year and postseason re-recruiting the student athletes they want back. Second, they go to the transfer portal. Yes, the transfer portal. Third, they go to junior college. And ultimately, fourth and last are high school student athletes. And that's where your communication needs to be on the forefront. You cannot wait. You have to be proactive in when you communicate, because at this point, you're behind three other categories. As I said, college coaches expect communication. They expect athletes to express interest. They expect follow-up, and they expect real questions. Initiative is not annoying. Silence is. And the athletes who move forward are not always the most talented. I know that sounds crazy, but that's the case. Those athletes who move forward are often the clearest. Clear about their interest, clear about their intentions, their fit, and about next steps. And that clarity, that builds trust. Now, if coaches are not calling you, the answer is not to wait longer. The answer is to create clarity. And that starts with communication. Athletes should be reaching out to coaches early, not after events are over. Those communications should happen before every AAU tournament, before every showcase, every live period, before any event where college coaches might be watching. Coaches need context before they can evaluate, and not after. Athletes should send short, clear emails introducing themselves. Share film. We talked about starting a YouTube channel. It's the easiest way to share film. And they explain where they will be competing. After events, they should follow up. Not asking if the coach saw them, but thanking them and continuing the conversation. Recruiting works best when athletes take ownership and communicate consistently and not randomly. If you're not hearing from coaches, start with the College Recruiting Jumpstart Pack. It gives you immediate steps to take so you stop waiting and start moving forward. If you want a complete step-by-step plan that shows you the recruiting process in the correct order, then your next step is the Athletic Recruiting Roadmap. That book walks families through how to evaluate fit, communicate with coaches, avoid common mistakes, and move through the recruiting process with clarity instead of confusion. Both links are below or in my bio. If this video has been helpful, like and subscribe to the channel. It helps more families find this information. And remember, I'm not a recruiting service. I'm not here to mass email college coaches. I'm here to give you education, because we are an educational organization that guides families through the college athletic recruiting process. I enjoyed our time today. I look forward to seeing you again. Take care.